Oh my gosh, we did it. We did it. We did it, Faith. Say hi, Faith.
Hi, Faith.
We did it.
Hi, guys.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Happy Thursday.
We did it. Oh, thank goodness. So excited that we did it.
What do we do?
We just made it through another week, just about. It counts.
It's been a week, but they're always a week.
Shut up.
You shut up.
I'm going to start with, I want to put this one video on. I'm going to put this one video on here that I think is a good reminder of the silliness of the left. That's a good place to start tonight. Was have a little bit of a laugh, kind of a sad laugh, but laugh. We can start off like that, and then we'll get a little bit more serious, and then we're going to laugh again because we need to laugh more. You know, that's one thing we need to do. I think we need to laugh more. I don't know. I'm sure most people would agree with me. I'm going to pull this up. Good for the soul?
Yeah.
Are you going to use the microphone, or you're not going to use it?
I did, but nothing came out of it.
Well, I turned you down a little bit, but I'll just leave you up. All right. Are you done?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitate.
What you should say right here is no.
No.
I don't think men can get pregnant, because you see on my name thing there, my name, it's on a name tag. What do you call that, babe? Whatever. on the name thing, it says DR. And I don't know if I'm 100% right here or not. I'm just an uneducated blue collar dude, but I think that means doctor. I think so. She should say no, right? And that's what I'm thinking she'll do.
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition.
Yeah.
Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes, no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence. So I'm asking you, the United States Supreme Court.
An outstanding example of the left. This is an educated woman. She's educated.
Just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female
It really
with-
is.
No, I'm not
extraordinary.
conflating male
It
and
really
female.
is.
They're two different things. There's biological men
this was
and there's
over.
biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my
saying
question, it sounds like to me.
Biological males.
Wow.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get
It is,
pregnant?
apparently.
Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not
people-
trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men.
It also.
We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged. And yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this,
Right?
frankly.
I thought we were
I can't
too.
believe we're still here talking about this.
It's just
I am a
hilarious.
person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients. And I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women. And I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing. That is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary
Yeah,
that
it
you
is.
would sit here and
It
advance
is.
a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Senator, also
Amazing. It's really amazing that we're still there. I saw a couple people in the chat saying there's much more important things going on in America than this. 100% agree. I 100% agree. Many more important things. Did you hear the Clintons they got subpoenaed to go to Congress to testify. You believe they ignored that? You believe they just ignored it? It's wild. It really is wild. Let me see if I have that up there. Oh, I got to bring this up. Then we're going to talk about ICE. Don't worry. We'll get there. We will get there.
Here we are again. I don't think it's any secret. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton joined her husband in defying a bipartisan lawful congressional subpoena to show up today. I think
Did he say bipartisan? I think he said bipartisan. I'm sorry.
well, here we are again. I don't think it's any secret. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton joined her husband in defying a bipartisan lawful congressional subpoena to show up today. I think what's most disappointing to the Oversight Committee is the fact that we have, in good faith, negotiated with the Clintons' attorneys for 5 months. Throughout the past 5 months, they've implied to us they were trying to make a date work. In fact, the last date we had, they notified us 3 days beforehand, said that they would love to come, but they have a funeral to attend. And we have been over
Dog ate
backwards
my homework.
to try to schedule. So here's the situation. We're going to hold both Clintons in criminal contempt of Congress. We believe that because this subpoena was issued in a bipartisan fashion, the Democrats acted the day that the subpoenas were voted on in the subcommittee like they wanted the Clintons to come, because they at that time, if you go back, they were wanting me to subpoena the estate, which I did. We subpoenaed the estate and got all the documents, everything. That was what the victims asked. That's what the Democrats asked. I think that's what the American people wanted. We subpoenaed the estate, got 100% of the documents. I have subpoenaed the Department of Justice and Pam Bondi for the documents, which
These
they
are not
are
useless.
producing. Now, we don't like the speed. We all wish the documents would come in quicker, but we've gotten tens of thousands of pages of documents from the Department of Justice. And remember, they made a big document drop, and the Democrats cried foul because they said they didn't.
demanded redactions.
Right, they wanted more redactions. So they're double and triple checking this. And the Department of Justice is complying with our lawful subpoena. The estate complied with our lawful subpoena. Bill Barr, Alex Acosta came in and were deposed because of our lawful subpoena. This same lawful subpoena was issued to the Clintons, and they defied it. And you know, Bill Clinton's trying to play the victim card here. Only Bill Clinton could try to triangulate something that's happened, a terrible atrocity to these survivors that have had to endure who knows what from Epstein and Maxwell. So
And their associates.
So we're trying to get answers from the American people. We're serious about it. Once again, not a single Democrat showed up.
That's crazy. Not a single Democrat showed up. So what do they do now that they didn't come in? So they wanted them to ask some questions on the Epstein files. They can refer them for criminal prosecution, but then that gets to the point it's like a $10,000 fine, I think, and a year in jail, and then you can hold them until they speak. But it's up to them, the DOJ, to prosecute, which is interesting because that would be the U.S. Attorney for District of Columbia, which is Jeanine Pirro from Fox News fame. I'm pretty sure she'll go ahead and prosecute. I would assume that she would prosecute. I'm not sure that's a good idea. You could do civil contempt proceedings where you just fine them every day until they come in. They did that under Obama during that Fast and Furious gun running investigation. Or you could do the contempt. They have the inherent contempt authority, which means that the Congress can actually go out and through the Sergeant at Arms and without involving the Department of Justice or the courts at all, can go and arrest and detain them. That hasn't been used since 1935. Should they arrest the Clintons? Man, I'd love to see them arrested. That'd be amazing. Wouldn't that be amazing to see them get perp walked? That'd be just outstanding, I think. I think it's a bad idea, though. I was listening to Beck earlier, and he was talking about that. He made the point that, they'll just use it politically. Epstein files aren't the thing to try to convict or get them on it. There's so many other things. Hillary's private email server, the Clinton Foundation, Money Laundering Corporation, Whitewater, Travelgate, Furnituregate, Filegate, credible claims of rape in Bill Clinton's history, Benghazi. There's plenty of stuff. So I'm not sure what they're going to do there as far as the Clintons go. But man, I'd love to see it. I'm just not sure it's a good idea to do something like that. I think this next part is the Beck part I was talking about here. I'm going to play. He makes a good point, but it's a great comparison.
They're now backed into a corner. And they are still trying to win. So what do they need to do? They need to set the streets on fire. They need absolute chaos. And the reason why they need absolute chaos is because that forces this administration or any administration. This has happened over and over and over again in history. Look it up. Look it up. This is the way it happens. We're at the end game here. And what happens every time is the arsonists look and point the fingers at the firefighters and say, I think, look at the pattern. They're always at the scene of the crime. And you're like, they're the firefighters. But they get enough people to go, yeah, you're right. The firefighters are always at the scene of the crime. I think they're the arsonists. And all you need to do is divide and argue, and you get away with it. That's exactly what's happening in Minnesota. But what are they doing? They're setting the world on fire. They're setting that whole thing on fire because they are pointing to the DOJ. They're pointing to to ICE, who is going in and rounding really bad people up, pointing to them and say, they're the arsonists. They're the ones.
Blaming ICE and that for the...
And the language has changed. For the first time, we have a governor actually talking about civil war. You want a civil war? We'll fight a civil war. I'm already getting the National Guard together and telling them, and they're training for what's going on with our feds coming in. You can't do that. That's absolutely against the Constitution. You can't do that. You'd be arrested the minute you do that. He's not going to do that. He just needs you to be the Army. So I've been talking to you about Minnesota for the last few days. Let me get back to the Clintons. So now,
he should be arrested. We should be seeing this stuff. I'm not sure why we're not, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I'm sure I know why we're not. Like, let's be real. When have we ever seen that? Get something queued up. It's never the big wigs. It's never the big names that get arrested. That's like the Epstein files. They've been in the Democrats' hands and the Republicans' hands and the Democrats' hands. They've been all over the place. The chain of custody is almost impossible to trace. And if you don't think that all the big name people in there, the ones with clout, had their names all removed from it, then I mean, I got a bridge to sell you. I wonder if they still say that. I'm not real sure. Then you have Tim Waltz. The night before, I believe it was the night before, just a few hours before all that stuff happened last night with the breaking into the ICE vehicle. I don't know if you saw that, but they broke into an ICE vehicle and stole, I'm sure most people have seen that by now, and stole, opened the lockbox, stole documents with agents' names on them and all kinds of other stuff. Weapons. They already found the guy that stole the rifle. I'll show you that in a minute here. Looks like a stand-up guy. Really stand-up guy. I'd probably let him babysit my kids. But so here's Waltz real quick, a couple pieces of that interesting speech he gave.
My fellow Minnesotans, what's happening in Minnesota right now defies belief. News reports simply don't do justice to the level of chaos and disruption and trauma the federal government is raining down upon our communities.
Raining down. Remember, pay attention to language. Pay attention to the language. They'll twist the words, call things different things, and shift the blame to get you to believe that the American government has swooped into Minnesota to essentially what he says is punish it for not voting for Trump. This is where we're at. People believe this stuff, guys. People believe it.
2,000 to 3,000 armed agents of the federal government have been deployed to Minnesota. Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live.
That's not what's happening. Do you see the aura of like World War III or something here, like where he's trying to talk to his people in his state, like we just got invaded by China and everything's very scary right now, and we're gonna try. It seems kind of like one of those speeches to me.
They're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street.
Oh my gosh!
Just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked vans, kidnapping innocent people with no warning and no due process.
Right. There's no wonder that people react the way they do against the ICE agents when they have their leadership telling them this, the night before, that very night.
Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement. Instead, it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people of Minnesota by our own federal government. But as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming. That's a direct threat against the people of this state.
Nope. Pretty sure that's a direct threat against the illegal aliens of that state. But he's shaping it like Trump is going after Minnesota. He's going after you and bringing the military to your doorstep. You're going to have a rifle pointed at your head soon. Everybody should be freaking out.
Who dared to vote against him 3 times and raising their voices in peaceful protest, even though doing so has made many of our fellow Minnesotans targets for violent retribution. So tonight,
Wait. Speaking out has made people
made many of our fellow Minnesotans targets for violent retribution.
So he's worried because people spoke out. Now they're getting violent retribution. I know some people that had that happen to them. That's weird. I bet he didn't care.
So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, end this occupation. You've done enough. Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution.
Bank evidence for future prosecution. What's he going to do? Prosecute ICE agents after all is said and done? That guy's not doing anything but possibly resigning from office. You would think that's going to be the case. The whole point is to distract. He loves that this is happening. Politically, he loves it. It takes the focus off of all the corruption going on there. I haven't even had a chance to watch Nick Sherway's new video. I bet it's just as good as the first one. I heard he tied some transportation companies together with the other people, and I don't know. I haven't watched it, but man, I'm gonna. You noticed in the video he used the word neighbors. When he said the word neighbors, he meant illegal aliens, but he called them neighbors. Our neighbors. We got to protect our neighbors. Blah 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 blah. That's what he's talking about. But he changes the language to make people go, yeah, we got to protect our neighbors. Yeah, they always are here on scene. Maybe it's them starting the fires. The language is important. It really helps to shape the narrative. Christy Nunn was on Fox News earlier, and I'm going to play a little bit of that, just a little bit of that.
Christy Nome with us now live from the North Lawn of the White House. And thank you for your time, Madam Secretary.
Yes,
Good
thank you
morning
for
to you.
inviting me.
What more can you add from this incident?
She kind of irritates me.
Well, our agents were out doing what they're doing every single day across this country as they were doing targeted enforcement, going after individuals that are breaking federal law. When this individual drove away, crashed his car, tried to run into a home, and as they were wrestling on the ground trying to detain this individual, two other men came out of that building and started attacking him with weapons and shovels and brooms. And as it was 3-on-1, the agent feared for his life and defensively had to take action. But, you know, this kind of violence is perpetuated by what we hear the governor saying, what we hear the mayor in Minneapolis saying, and their irresponsibility is extremely
100%.
reckless. Governor Tim Walz has my phone number. I have called him and talked to him and said, listen, you let your city burn down in 2020. Don't do it again. President Trump wants to keep everybody safe. We're enforcing federal law. We're protecting every single American. Work with us. Now, I want to remind you that Minneapolis itself, under the mayor's leadership and the governor's leadership, released almost 500 criminals out onto the streets rather than bring them to justice and turn them over to federal authorities. So they know they're releasing murderers and rapists and drug traffickers on the streets of Minneapolis. We're out there making sure they don't harm American citizens, and we're getting attacked while we do it. But we're going to continue to do our work and do what's right because it's what President Trump promised the American people. When was the last time you called the governor, Governor Walz? Oh, I talked to him just a couple of days ago.
And what did he say when you told him to chill out?
I said, Tim and I served together in Congress. We both ran for governor at the same time. We have very different ways of governing. Our state in South Dakota was extremely successful and grew economically and safety. He drove it into the ditch.
Evidence for future prosecution.
Well, you're welcome to answer that, but he's had a tough run politically in the last couple of years now, and some are suggesting that maybe it helps him or his party with the chaos. Do you
maybe it
think
helps
that there's
him.
some truth to that?
I think the chaos helps a bit.
Distracting from the fact that for years he's had the greatest fraud in American history happening right under his nose, and he didn't just allow it to happen.
We haven't seen California
yet. We believe, from all indications, that he was complicit in it. That he knew all about the Somalian fraud that was happening, stealing from government programs and taking dollars away from the most vulnerable individuals in this country and putting it in their pockets to make them rich. So he had this fraud going on for many years. He'd love to change the conversation, trying to demonize our ICE officers. But we're not going to. We are there. We're doubling down in Minneapolis to get to the bottom of this fraud, to make sure we bring perpetrators to justice and to make sure that we're doing the right thing and bringing safety to the streets.
So I take your
I don't know what it is about her. She irritates me. I guess sometimes it's all the photo ops with the big cowboy hats on, and like I'll see her talking to an illegal that just got arrested. She's like, you know what you did wrong, right? I hate when cops do that to prisoners too. Like, they know they're in cuffs, man. They got it. They know where they're going. They understand. You don't have to rub it in. No need to rub it in. I did see there was a thing with where do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? There we go. Caroline Levitt just torched a quote unquote reporter that was at the White House today. Let me see where that's at. This is pretty good, I think. Although I have to say it's a little bit aggressive how she just labels him, you know what I mean? I didn't like that so much either.
You were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Nunn spoke to the media and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 US citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Are you asking me my opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed it unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist.
It's better when Trump does, I think. He's better at it. I don't know how you can watch the video and come away with that the ICE agent acted recklessly. Just that 100% is the ICE agent's fault. I've said it before. My opinion on the matter is that she didn't have to die. She didn't deserve to die, but she put herself in a position that made it legal, that made it okay, like legal wise. And that, don't put yourself in that position.
And it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Lake and Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer. And shame on people like you in the media who have a crooked view and have a biased view and pretend like you're a real honest journalist.
Earlier, you
Language is important, so stop calling people illegal to shape your narrative, you pawn. Hey. Wait, language is important. Laughing is also just as important, I think. So stop calling people illegal to shape your narrative. But what would you have me call them? What would you have me call them? I don't understand. They're illegal aliens. You can't just call them aliens. That would sound ridiculous. That would sound ridiculous just to call them aliens. You'd sound like a nut job. We got a super chat over here. Send in the Marines. We, the people, are sick and tired of hearing the government, the ignorant, scream. Well, kind of the same thing, I guess. Hearing the ignorant, screaming, eternal children that can't understand that federal law supersedes over state laws. Yes. People don't get it. People don't get it. You got the J6 stuff going on too. We got to talk about that a little bit too. The new hearings. Americans, if you've seen the interview with Renee Good's father-in-law, I haven't actually. I haven't. I heard there was one. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it. Kind of interested. I heard what people said about it and heard some quotes, but I don't know if I trust them. Because who knows? That's pretty simple. Yeah, don't enter the country illegally if you don't want to be called illegal. What? That seems like common sense. Huh. Wow. That'd be like, don't become a cook if you don't want to cook, right? I mean, like kind of the same logic right there, right? I mean, that's pretty, when you put it that way, that's way easier to understand. Thanks so much. This is the smartest chat in the whole internets. What are you laughing at me for?
I'm just reading the chat.
Oh, make sure you start some comments. Make sure you start some comments.
TV Green over on Rumble said, Good's father-in-law said he doesn't blame the agent for shooting her. So there's a quick synopsis of the
Oh.
interview.
From a trusted source, no less. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to check it out. Here's a little snippet from the J6 hearings today. Representative Hagman triggers Democrat during January 6th hearing with simple question. Oh, I'll put it on the screen, huh? Probably put it on the screen so everybody can see it, right? Probably turn the sound on too, right? Okay.
To everybody, the testimony of Pamela Hemphill, who was a convicted insurrectionist and yet was pardoned. She rejected her pardon.
Mr. Romano, did you prosecute anyone related to January 6th for engaging in an insurrection?
No, Congresswoman.
I didn't think so. So Mr. Raskin's statement that someone was a convicted insurrectionist is actually inaccurate. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say it's inaccurate.
How does he say I wouldn't say it was inaccurate, though? I don't understand that. It seems like it would be inaccurate. It seems like those two questions lined up together would have to coincide with each other.
Accurate. Isn't that correct?
I wouldn't say it's inaccurate. Well, a convicted insurrectionist.
She wasn't a convicted insurrectionist, was she?
Would the gentlelady yield?
No, I will not. Mr. Romano.
Do you accept seditious conspiracy as insurrection?
Mr. Romano,
Wow.
I will reclaim my
That
time.
look she gave him, that death look.
Mr. Romano, did you prosecute anyone for engaging in an insurrection related to January 6th?
For the crime of
You
insurrection?
did not,
No.
did you?
Finally! I would just commend to everybody the testimony of Pamela Hemphill, who was a convicted.
Not sure what that was. Must have been another video starting. Gotta be careful.
The knuckleman! Insurrectionist
I don't know
and
what
yet was
that is.
pardoned. She rejected her pardon.
Mr. Romano, did you prosecute anyone related to January 6th?
Let me bring this down.
Yeah.
It's a fight. The next video is like a guy, a fighter talking. And that really started it pretty quick. That wasn't. I don't like that. We'll get it together eventually over here. I've been at this for MAG Americans is 5 years old. I don't know if you know that. MAGAmericans.com is 5 years old. I'm looking for some other clips here. Oh, that's the one you sent me there. Okay. Now I think it's time we have a couple laughs. Maybe we should laugh. Does that seem like a good idea? I think it's a good idea. Or we could do this real quick. Here, let's do this real quick. Let's bring this up because it's an interesting. We were talking about this earlier. Where did it go? Hang on. My producer's off again today. There we go.
People in the streets just roaming around, snatching people up, many of which turn out to actually be U.S. citizens that just don't have their papers on them. Are we really going to be the Gestapo?
Yeah, so now Joe Rogan's out there saying that. And like I said earlier, it's easy you got to be careful when you're sending people in military uniforms out, going, down the American streets, see military people on a residential street. That's going to be traumatic to a lot of people. That's going to scare a lot of people. Rightfully so. It should scare a lot of people, but I don't know if it should scare everybody as much as it seems to. Oh, that's one more piece of the J6 stuff, and then we're going to get into some funny stuff. Make sure I got everything on here. I got to make sure I cover all my bases here. Trying a new little system out. Okay. All right, we're good. I'm gonna share that screen, and we're gonna do it. A lot of stuff going on over here. Can't see it all go on. You don't know what's happening.
Did foment rage within these groups.
He says MAG Americans.
Patriots. The November 2020 election cycle was compromised.
Say it.
The Biden FBI did have undercover agents and confidential informants embedded within the rally crowds on J4, J5, and J6. And the Biden FBI did conspire to entrap MAGA Americans prior to J6 and then successfully entrapped several hundred Americans on J6. The Biden FBI and DOJ did unrighteously persecute, arrest, and imprison entrapped Americans. The FBI Director Wray did lie to Congress repeatedly.
When are we going to see accountability?
About all of this abhorrent government oppression
He should be
against the
arrested.
American people.
Christopher Wray, former
President
FBI
Trump
director.
did rightfully pardon the Americans who fell prey to the Biden FBI and DOJ. And within months of his inauguration, the Trump FBI did identify and arrest the J-6 pipe bomber suspect using only the evidence that had been in the possession of the Biden FBI since 2021.
I must address this comment. I'm not even going to give it the voice. It doesn't deserve the voice. Obama removes more immigrants without sending Nazis into the streets. F all you bastards. Don't you get it? Obama deported 3 million illegal immigrants. He deported 3 million illegal aliens. Do you think that his tactics were that much different? No. Nope, his tactics weren't that much different. What was different is the reaction from the people because of the narratives and the propaganda pushed by politicians and the media to attack and impede and otherwise bother ICE. That is because Trump is in office and not Obama. That's the only reason. It's the same thing. You didn't hear much about no kids in cages until after Obama's left office and Trump was in there for the first term. Even though Obama built the cages, all the information's out there. Understand the politics that are involved. The only reason there's all this uproar is because it's Trump in the White House. And they can't have somebody in the White House that's effective because they have always used the immigration issue as a political football. Every election cycle. Oh, the border. We need to, close the border. Oh, change immigration law. It's unfair and yada, yada, yada. And then nothing happens because they want to use it as a political football. Well, Trump's going in there and ending all these issues. He's fixing things. And if he can go in there and fix everything, how come the other people couldn't do it when they said they wanted to? How come? And the other part is the contrast. It's going to be an amazing thing to look at in the history books when you see the contrast between the first and the second term of Trump with Biden in the middle. It's going to be a beautiful contrast. It's going to highlight conservative policies, how they work. Now let's have a quick laugh for a second. This is a fighter named Jorge Masvidal talking about a story about when he met Trump. I think it's kind of
President comes down, true story, it's on video. President comes down at the plane, glowing. I see his fucking aura, man. It's just since they opened that door, I see his fucking aura. I'm like, this dude's just shining, brother. Got that fucking Jerry Curl juice dripping out his fucking hair. He's just shining.
I wish you didn't swear, but sorry guys, I have a chance to edit it.
You know what he does? That boy goes like this. His people come after me afterwards. They come up, they're like, hey, you want to go to the town hall and watch him live on the thing? And I was like, hell yeah. So I go to the town hall. This is how cool this motherfucker. I love this dude. Besides all the million things he's done, 2 hours of him repeating the same question. They keep asking him the same question and just trying to catch him for him to say it a different way so they could bait and switch. The whole thing ends. I'm like, what a fucking G, bro. I would have lost my mind and gone crazy. So I'm like, at the end of it, he's standing around taking pictures, hugging people. It's like 200 people. So I get close and he's like, Masvidal, what's up, man? You still here? And I go, yeah, Mr. President, you did amazing. He goes, huh? Masvidal, are you single? At the time, I sure was and still am. So I looked at his ass like this. I said, here I go, Mr. President, like a dollar bill. And he goes, ladies, meet my friend Jorge. Great guy. Great Republican, patriot. All the girls came over. They said, "Who's this?" They said, "Woo!"
I just think that's funny. Just because he's just another guy. Like he's you know, as far as you know, he's a billionaire, so you would think he'd be like a Bloomberg or somebody like that, but he's not. He seems to be a man of the people kind of situation where he can get along with. He's a guy, you know. He's a guy. I'm trying to keep up with the chat a little bit. It's tough. Chat is moving. You can spot. Wait a sec. Wait, hang on. This one deserves the voice, I think.
You can spot a Trump guzzler by the truck they drive and the beard.
Well, if you knew me, if you followed it all, you know I don't drive a truck. I drive a big, beautiful van. A big, as Kramer from Seinfeld would say, a big, juicy van with a cage in it.
You guys would be super excited to know it's almost like a pedo van.
Oh, dang.
Wrong.
Happy 5th
It's the
anniversary.
white van. Everybody's got the pedos all have that white van. That's all.
Oh. Some people that sing of J6 was peaceful and legal are the same people that wear red caps and wear swastikas in Germany.
Worse.
Where,
Might have been a spelling error, but
I don't want to put my glasses on and show how old I am. It's hard to tell how old I am with this beautiful beard. Beautiful beard. I don't comments like that. I don't know. Oh wait, hang on.
seems like a little stereotype to me. But
I think all caps. Like
all caps just has to get the treatment. You bet you're never gonna see accountability and a fascist regime that has this man lying to you with the dumbest lies, and you believe it.
I don't know what to say really. I don't say that one. Whatever. Can't be bothered. We should have another quick laugh. I think this will be funny. I think you might like this one.
Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gang. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gang. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta.
He's doing that. What do you call that? Crip walk. Like that. Leering center. Got the Leering Center back there.
I just wanted to let you know, if you wanted to invade our country and you were thinking about taking it over, I'm hanging 20 foot up in a tree right now with a bow. And my brother's like 250 yards that way doing the same thing just for fun. And there's like 50 million others that do the same thing just for fun. They take off work to do this. So I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either if I was you. It's a good point, though. Makes a good point. It's like that old I forget, I don't remember his name, Japanese general or admiral or whatever that said whenever you're talking about invading America, that there's a rifle behind every blade of grass. It's true. And it's very effective, as a matter of fact.
But to be honest here, this is just a dude dressed up like a bunny rabbit. He's just a civil rights litigator from North Carolina. He is not a bunny rabbit, okay? You got to stop participating in this man's delusions. He's just a dude in a bunny suit, okay? Don't call him special names. Go by what's on his birth certificate. Don't give him a special bathroom. Don't treat him differently. He's just a normal person dressed up like a bunny, and he's got some mental problems, clearly. So long story short, he will never be, no matter how much surgery he has, he will never be a bunny rabbit. So stop pushing that stuff on the kids. It's stupid. Don't do it. I think we should be done with that subject at WCPS. I don't think the board wants anyone doing it.
Well played. Well played. Agreed. And then just for a little bit more of a laugh, there's this thing called was it baby? Baby, I forget what it's called, but it's funny. We're gonna watch a little bit of it. This is President. This is Senator Kennedy. Some sound bites from Senator Kennedy. And if you don't know Senator Kennedy, he has some of the most hilarious one-liners I have ever seen from any politician ever.
Milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating. Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. Can I take cocaine with my spouse? I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut. I'm not talking about buying it, but let's suppose I came in one day and the cocaine was there.
Yeah, lose this sweat.
People who are bilingual. They speak English and stupid. I don't know why we have to give money to countries that hate us. They should be able to hate us for free. Looks like we're giving Lindsay Lohan the keys to the minibar. President Biden is sort of like Kevin Bacon at the end of Animal House, the cantina bar scene out of Star Wars. They wanted it like Ben wants J-Lo. I'm like Bluto in Animal House. I'm just fat, drunk, and stupid. Frankly, I can't because I can't get my head that far up my rear end. To stick it up their fact checker. They can kiss my ass. Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce, okay? We cannot run the greatest economy by putting fairy dust and unicorn urine in our cars. Urinate to get off the pot. My car doesn't run off fairy dust. My car doesn't run off unicorn urine. The spending porn on pet projects. There's an enormous amount of spending porn. Next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead, call a criminal, call a meth head. It must suck to be that dumb. I don't mean disrespect, but the mayor needs to take her meds.
I just love that guy. I'll play a little bit more of that in a minute here. I just love that guy. I gotta check, make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm sure I am. We're gonna talk about a little bit about healthcare, and then we're just gonna mess around in the chat. I think. Let's see what the chat's got going on. Oh, got some comments here. Let's get to it. Let's see what we got going on over here. If I watch a liberal, they want civil war, but they don't want to do it themselves. They're pushing others to do it. Yes. With coded language, no less. You have to do it with coded language. Love Trump. He's doing exactly what he was elected to do. Libs are pissed off because their voters are being deported. Accurate. That seems like an accurate statement, I think. That absolutely seems like an accurate statement. The bots are more human than the real liberals. All right, here we go. Max Beach. I guess he was responding to Max Beach. So the haters are stupid. So having your own opinion based on obvious solid facts and reality is stupid. But worshiping a sociopath, your own ass man, is awesome. What? Effing cultist, shaking my effing head. Oh, the cultist thing is getting really old. It's getting really old. It's pretty. I mean, we all understand that's what it's important to villainize a whole group of people so that it's easy to hate them. I don't understand how people don't get it. If I'll just use liberals as an example, but this happens on the right as well. Let's be honest about it. I just went blank. I'm old, babe. Oh man.
Read his comment again. That might help.
I already took it off. What did he called? Oh, darn it. Old man. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just do this.
Christmas ornaments, drywall, and
I don't
Jerry
remember the
Epstein.
comment.
Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. Media sucked it up like a Hoover Deluxe. It'd have gone down like a fat guy on a seesaw. They didn't just go to prison for a free toaster.
What was the dang comment? It's killing me now. Oh, it happens on the left and it happens on the right. Oh yeah. So when when you join a group, right? When you join one of these ridiculous groups, you give up your individuality, right? And you take on the group mentality. You take on their opinions. You take on their agenda. And it's important for the people in charge to make us fight amongst each other, to make us hate each other, to make us think that other groups are out to get us and blah, blah, blah. Now, it's a lot easier to make someone hate a group than it is to make someone hate a person. Because if someone hates a person, then you have to rationalize that with yourself. Like you have to actually think, well, they've done some good things. It's not like they're always bad. And how can I hate a single, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot more personal. But when you're directed to hate a group, wow, that's not so personal anymore. That's just a whole group, and you can paint them as evil, Nazis, subhumans, and make them out to be something that they're not. Make them out to be whatever, evil, this and that, black versus white, rich versus poor. It doesn't matter. Whatever the groups are, there's so many. It's the same thing that the left does, and the right does it somewhat too. Let's be real again. We're trying to be fair. The left will come at you and they'll put you in a group. They'll claim you're already in a group. They'll say, "Oh, do you support Trump?" And then or do you support ICE or whatever? And then you say yes, and they say, oh, "You're a Nazi. That means you're a Nazi." And blah blah blah. And now you've been labeled a Nazi, even though, of course, you're not a Nazi. They just need to be able to dismiss your opinion, because if they listen to your opinion, it might make sense. And the people in charge of those people, the people that pull the puppet strings of the left's useful idiots, will do whatever they can to keep you from hearing our side's message, because our side's message wins in the arena of ideas. They can't have you even contemplating it. It's not allowed. So you're not allowed to listen. Instead, you're supposed to label and then dismiss that group, the whole group. You hear it all the time. MAGA or Nazis or whatever. There's so many different labels. It's ridiculous, And that just helps. It's just a handle for those in charge to make it so they can control us, that they're in charge of the outcome. That's it. It just makes it easier. This whole groupthink mentality is poison to the country. Let's see what else I had. One more thing I thought. I just wrote an article about this, actually. I should share that. I just wrote an article about this on Substack. If you're not familiar, if you don't follow my Substack, there's a link in the description. And you should. You should, because I said so. He's a great writer, I am. Me no promote myself. But anyway, the effective polarization of America. It actually sounds, I wasn't sure about the title because it makes it sound kind of boring. But it's not boring, I swear. You'll understand a little bit more about the techniques that the left uses. So just take a few minutes and read it. Not now. Don't leave now. Go read it later. You got to hang out for a little bit longer here. All right? Just to make sure. Let me see. One more thing. We have to watch a little bit more of Senator Kennedy, because it's just great. I think it's hilarious. Although I didn't hear Faith laughing over there. She probably thinks it's stupid.
I'm over here starring comments.
Oh, I didn't notice. Let me get on some of those. Oh, wow. Well, you must know which one I'm looking at. Let me bring this one up real fast, because you got it. I always say I do a morning thing here now lately. In the morning, I'm 6 a.m. every single day of the week, because I just love this so much. And in a minute, it makes a lot. I mean, it's just, you can make pennies a day. It's super profitable. But let me get back to the seriousness of the matter here.
Scummy, MAGA, white trash, pedophile, protect child rapists, inbred retards. Wow. Big brave. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Brave big white boys protecting pedophiles from little girls. MAGA protects millionaire child rapists.
That I honestly want to say I think that gave that guy a headache after he typed it. That was like 8 different things all wrapped into one. Scummy MAGA white trash pedophile protect child rapist. Are you saying to protect child rapists?
All the narratives in one little comment.
It looks like he wants us to protect child rapists, though. If you see that, I'm not sure. Maybe that's not what he meant. It's hard to get your words straight when you drink and post. I try not to. I stopped doing that a long time ago. Oh my gosh. It's not turning into a regular.
Do you not worship a man? Do you not listen to everything he says and believe nothing else anyone else says? Please explain how you are not in a cult. Ears are wide open.
I figure he's a newbie.
I think I seen him in the morning. He was here in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna explain how I'm not in a cult. Ready? Okay, real close, right? I'm not in a cult. I think that's all that really needs to be said. I'm not in a cult. The only man I worship is Jesus. And I don't believe everything that comes out of his mouth. I don't believe everything that comes out of anyone's mouth. Faith excluded. I believe everything that comes out of my wife's mouth. There's a joke there somewhere too. And I'm just going to move on. But no, I don't worship. We don't worship him. And that's ridiculous. I'm sure there are people out there that do, or at least seem to do, talk that way or act that way or whatever. But that ain't here. I always say that it's not Trump that's at the top of the flagpole. It's the flag. Old Glory that's at the top of the flagpole. I agree with a lot of Trump's policies. I agree with a lot of the adult is in the room running the show type decisions that he makes. I like that he stands up for America across the world. I like all that. Big fan. So yeah, you could say we're in a cult because you want to dismiss all MAGA people. That's just you trying to dismiss all. That's the same group think I was just talking about. Like that's exactly. Thank you for the example. I very much appreciate it. Dismissing all the MAGA or all the people on the right or whatever huge group of millions of people that you're talking about. And you label that they're in a cult, or you label that they're all Nazis, or you label whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever label you give them, it's not because I don't think it's because you really think that's what it is. I think it's because you need to be able to dismiss our opinions. You have to dismiss our policies. You can't have that debate. Leftist ideas do not stand up in the arena of ideas against conservative ideas for the most part. I'm all for having both sides have debates. The people in power have those debates, have those discussions, have those ideas meet in the arena of ideas, and have the winner be the idea. I mean, that's obviously going to be the best idea. Let's go with that. I don't really concern myself if it was a Republican or a Democrat who brought the good idea. If I think it's a good idea, it doesn't matter to me what side you came from. Why aren't all the ideas to... Why are you throwing stuff over there?
My bad.
Why aren't all the ideas to move America forward in a positive way? Why do we have so many politicians out there that write extra crap in the bill so they can get kickbacks and all kinds of other stuff? There's a lot of whys, I suppose. Probably too many really to answer right now. I'm in a cult. It's a cult of success, and God is on his throne, and Trump is God's main man. I think there's a reason that he was that he quote unquote lost in 2020, and he's come back. He said very much like Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars, where he says, "Strike me down, and I shall come back stronger." He sure did. Yeah, you guys worship him. Never in American history has a politician been referred to as quote unquote daddy. Yikes, that's some weirdo shit. Who does that? We don't do that.
That's what I said. I'm like, oh, we didn't do that. But that is to me the ultimate group think. I've seen some conservatives say that. I think it's weird too. But that's that group think. Y'all think that one person said it, so that means we all said it.
Yeah,
and that's half the problem.
I think I've said it once, maybe in the reference that, like, daddy's home, like the adults are back in charge type thing. Like, but that doesn't have any. That's not a Trump thing. That's just a strong leader is their thing. But the daddy. I mean, that might have slipped out of. I'll say it, that might have slipped out of my mouth once, but I didn't mean it in any way except for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's so concerning. Liberals are more obsessed with drawing swastikas and KKK in crayon more than the actual problem. They're LARPing. A lot of people out there LARPing lately. A sign of low IQ is labeling people and not jars. Am I missing something on that one? That makes me this part. There is no God. That makes me sad for you. That makes me sad for you. I hope one day you find him. I sure do. Democrats suck. Oh, there's that one. I must be way behind. I just came across one of the ones you had starred. I'm pro-Trump as a politician, but I don't think he speaks for Christians. The Trump Bible is a disgrace. Yeah, yeah. Is that true that he actually put a Bible out? Like, I don't follow it that close. If that's the case, it's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop that. Stop that. I believe that is true. I think he did do that, but it's like, oh, well, come on. Yes, he's a ruthless businessman, but it's who we need in there right now. Like I said before he became president the first time, it's either going to be a train wreck or it's going to be beautiful. And it's been beautiful, I think. I think it's been beautiful. I think his policies are working. I think the numbers reflect that for the most part. Amen. Oh, man. Red Gorilla said I'm a joke. Oh.
You're going to go cry. You want to tissue?
Hang on a second. Let me get the... It's very upsetting when people don't like me. I need people to like me. And when they don't like me, I don't know, it just gets me right in my heart. I'm not sure if I can go on now. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I guess I'll be fine. You have to have like a thicker skin to be able to do this stuff. I take a lot. I mean, like seeing insults and stuff like that on the internet doesn't really hurt my feelings so much. I did this out there on the streets, bruh. From the streets, bruh. I went out there and did it before, and I had that kind of stuff in my face, like 24/7, pretty much for a while there. And I don't know if I'm a hardened veteran or what. I meant Trump, by the way. Oh, okay. I might be a hard vet. So that stuff doesn't bother me. It's why I tell people, especially in the morning, I get a surprise. If you haven't seen it, you should check out the morning show. Because it's interesting to me how many haters get on there. I'm talking thousands of haters come out of the woodwork. I think my guess is that they're still up real late out in California, because I go on at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I think that they might still be up and like cranky because the drugs are wearing off or whatever it is, And it's time to sober up. And so they get on there and they see me and they just want to unload. And I'm here for those people. I consider myself a online therapist. I am unlicensed online therapist, that I'm here for you. I'm here for the left to come and vent. I have this long beard. You can rip on it. You can tear me up. You can call me old. You can do whatever you want. I want you to unload it here, so that way later, when you go out into public, because I'm sure most of these guys aren't really going to go out in public, but if you go out in public later, when the sun's still shining, maybe, because you were able to get rid of those nasty feelings and unload a little of your TDS here, maybe that old lady at the bus stop, maybe that cashier at the liquor store you're going to, or whatever, maybe you won't be so nasty to them because you feel a little better about yourself, in the same way a bully feels good about himself when he tears down his victim. Only, here, I'm not really a victim, doesn't really bother me. But you get that stuff out anyway. At least you can say it. Say it. Release it. It's like when you write something on a piece of paper and then you burn it and it goes up. It's released. You let go of that. So just, if that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. What's wrong with Roger? Who's Roger?
He's the guy who said he's going to play with your mom's corpse.
Oh, wow. I wonder who that is. What will you think if Trump cancels the midterms? I think that's a horrible idea, and I'll be highly against it. I couldn't see him doing that. That's a bit fascist, isn't it? They might have it at that point. If he does that, they might have a point then, won't they? So, I'm against. That's what I mean. I'm not like all Trump all the time. I'm America all the time. I'm for America. I'm not interested in the right and the left so much. It just so happens that I agree with the right a lot more than I agree with the left. The reason MAGA is so strong is because we're individuals. Agreed. Oh, hang on a sec. Oops. There we go. It's hard to produce. That's true. Because we are individuals, we don't do the group think thing, not as much. There is some of that here too, but we don't do it as much. I don't think. In that article I write, you need to check it out. Dang it. I'm sure that my lovely producer wife will put the link in the chat. I wish I had some Jeopardy music.
Which link am I putting in the chat? Wait, what?
All of them. The Substack one I was thinking, because I was talking about the article I wrote, but I talk in there about how it seems like America. Someone asked me a little while ago, do I think there could be a civil war in America? And I'm like, no, that's crazy. But now I'm starting to wonder, because I have never seen such loathing, just the loathsome, the hate you see in some of these people's eyes. They've been the subversion cycle is over. They've been subverted completely, and now they hate other Americans, and they hate ICE, and that's the point. They hate term limits and consequences for waste. Yes, that would be lovely. I would love to see term limits in Congress. To be quite honest with you, I wonder if the presidency shouldn't be a little bit longer, like 2 5-year terms or something like that. But that's getting crazy. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get, your policies enacted and all that kind of stuff, see results from them. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Amen. Amen. It's not hard to be nice to people. It's absolutely not hard to be nice to people. What else we got here? Only people who watch CNN and scroll Reddit 24/7 think Trump is damaging the country. Yeah. I can't disagree. I don't know. I don't see how anyone really thinks he's damaging the country. I think some of the things that he has to do to fix the problems that Biden left behind are ugly, and it is what it is. It's just it's going to be ugly. The medicine is not going to taste good, but we have to take it. We have to. If you're for America, you have to be against Trump. Wait, if you're for America, you have to be against its president? Okay.
Oh, don't make no sense to me.
No, not really. If
he
you're
goes
for
down, we're all
America,
going down, man.
right? Yeah, I don't really get it. That's the analogy that I use sometimes with the boat. Like you got the left and the right on either side of a boat. One side sinking, and the other side that's up in the air is laughing at the side that's drowning. But you're all gonna drown. We're all in the same boat. When are we gonna realize that? I don't wish any ill will on anybody. The real enemies are the politicians pitting us against one another. Remember, united we stand, divided we fall. Amen. Unite or die. Unite or die. I was hoping to see that awesome comment about my mommy. That was very hurtful. Very hurtful. I wonder though. I could, wonder who that is. Maybe we should laugh a little bit more. Here, let's laugh a little bit more. I think we should do that.
It was empty as a bill collector's heart, man. You're walking like a bank catfish. You think that universal injunctions taste like pumpkin pie. Sometimes when I feel inadequate, and I do, I just look around. Now hold on just a second. If you're sitting there watching this fine piece of entertainment and you ain't subscribed to the Baby News Network yet,
that's it.
Well, that's like buying a biscuit and forgetting the gravy. Go on and hit that button. It won't bite you. Just trust in God, but tie up your camel. I want to thank all of you who waved with all 5 fingers. That food in Washington, it tastes like cardboard marinated in fishbowl water, man. And he said, Kennedy,
he's great.
I will not send you $5,000 to run for Attorney General. I will send you $5,000 to see a psychiatrist. They have unleashed spirits they cannot control. I think most people are truthful. I play poker with friends sometimes. They're all friends, but you know what? I always cut the cards. Those people need to pop a Zoloft. It's like the game room in a mental hospital. Nervous as a pregnant nun. It's hard to believe that anyone can fit that much stupid into their head. Body that tells you
I just wish there was more politicians like him.
Short-term impact.
I wish there was more politicians like him sometimes. Just light, you know what I mean? It was a little bit more light. Not so, heavy all the time. It would be nice. Might as well finish it out, heck.
Act of these tariffs is going to be on the economy has been homeschooled by a day drinker. Hey, cops, just because they're cops, you don't know anything about them. Then next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. If we're still shut down in 2 weeks, my suggestion is that we lock Thune and Schumer into a room with Katie Porter and tell them they can't come out till they make a deal. I will not let you down. I'd rather drink weed killer. Loved high school. Some people didn't. I loved it. I really cared about 2 things, basketball and cheerleaders. I wasn't very good at either one, but I had fun trying. Either accept peace or we're going to slap you to Pluto. And Chuck is polling. He's polling right up there with clubbing baby seals. The loon wing of his party are a bunch of loons. But I think his testicles are on back order from China. We don't need more gun control. We need more idiot control. We're just a bunch of smelly Walmart shoppers. He loves spending taxpayer money. He loves it like the devil loves sin. The Democrats' favorite form of spending is more. When I was growing up, everybody was a Democrat. You could fit the Republican Party in a phone booth. Chuck and Hakeem need to go to Amazon, buy some testicles, and stand up to the loon wing of their party. Everything is going to be free. Free education, free health care, free housing, Free love, free kittens. I don't know. I just found it bizarre. We were in the middle of a bar fight and they'd try to quote Socrates. If President Trump came out in favor of breathing to live, the moon wing of the Democratic Party would start holding their breath. Maybe we could send an American barber over and help Kim Jong-un with his hairdo. I shouldn't have said that about Kim Jong-un. His haircut's really nice.
No, is this fake? No, it's not. The quotes are real, but obviously it's the Baby News Network, so they do a AI thing where they show a baby saying it, but it's these are all real. These are all real quotes.
Follow her heart. I also say very respectfully, I want her to take her brain with you. They need to paddle their own canoe. I'm cheap. I'm tight. I squeak when I walk, man. The brain is an amazing organ. It starts working in a mother's womb, and it doesn't stop working until you get elected to Congress. This country was founded by geniuses, but it's being run by a bunch of idiots. Roses are red. Political love is fake. Washington weddings are just funerals with cake. Probably have to pay your doctor to get the medication. I mean, that's a special kind of stupid. When you have hypothermia, you don't strip naked and run in the snow. Right. As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Republicans aren't perfect, but the other side is crazy. These people are about 10 exits past normal. The party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers. Senator Schumer never makes the same mistake twice. He makes it 5 or 6 times just to make sure he got it right. This thing you proposed has more red flags than the Chinese embassy. Tariffs are like...
I just love him. He's great. He's laughing up my neck beard. What's a neck beard? Is that just when it comes out of your neck and that's it? Oh, man, I'm not a smart person. Hey, babe?
Yep.
Did I ever claim to be a smart person?
I mean, no. But I bet that person is.
That was pretty.
I was just talking to Tammy over there in Rumble and saying, I can't even tell which one of these people are real or not. And if they're real, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all are angry out there.
Yeah, there's some angry people.
This stuff, man. Chill.
I want to bring people together. I want everybody to, I don't want everybody to be friends, but I want to bring us together as Americans. Yeah, I think the left is ridiculous, but I don't think they're evil. I think the puppet masters are evil, but I don't think the whole left is evil. Just like the left shouldn't think that the whole right is evil. It's not a good look. Just to label a whole group of people something. A little bit more. Go ahead.
Said, I think it's a way of saying redneck beard. What's a redneck beard?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I think it's
a beard.
He's
a beard?
Trying to rip on my beard. I don't know. I bet it might hurt my feelings later when I watch the replay. I don't really watch the
whiskey. A little whiskey under the right circumstances can be refreshing. Too much whiskey under the wrong circumstances, and you end up drunk as a goat. If you believe that statement, you need to go to bed. You're drunk. You're asking us to get in the van, show us the candy first. Being against infrastructure is like being against golden retrievers. If you think this is an infrastructure bill, you probably better stay away from sharp objects. But she believes in open borders. Making her the illegal immigration czar is like making El Chapo the drug czar. You can say that, and maybe even believe that 2 plus 2 equals 5, but just because you say it doesn't make it true. I'll do old man backflips if they'll work with us, but I don't have my hopes up.
Dude, I'm former military and took an oath. I am pissed y'all are following this fraud. Okay. I mean, why are you pissed? I don't understand. Why are you pissed? Why does it make you mad? It's got only because you think like we're tearing the country down or something like that, I guess. But why do you think that? And maybe don't look at just the first source you read or whatever. Look for the source material. Like take a few extra seconds, find out where this story was, they took their information from. Find the source material. That's important. It's always a couple more and we'll be done with it.
I mean, either he's lying or he's lost. And as best I can tell, Mr. Manfred just wet his pants in delight. No disrespect, but that's just a special kind of stupid. I want extra time, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Kennedy providing color commentary throughout my question.
I will be happy to.
I hope I meet the threshold.
You do meet it, and I talk in the book about the tattoo of the Backstreet Boys on your back.
Baby News Network. They're funny. I like that. We got to remember we need to laugh once in a while. You know? I don't know. I think so. I'm going to get a couple wise words from Rush. It might trip out. It might make some people angry, but we're going to do it anyway. A couple wise words from Rush Limbaugh. See if we can handle it. I don't know. We'll see how the chat's probably going to blow up because they really hate Rush Limbaugh. I'm sure there'll be some comments about pills because everybody's so original. They're going to not like what he says either.
Oh, my friends, it's very simple. And I have used this phrase consistently over the course of my 20 plus years behind the golden EIB microphone. What I believe has made the country great. And I've addressed this. When I do my rare, overwhelmingly popular public appearances, I challenge the audience to think about something. You ever wonder how it is and why it became so that a population at any one time of less than 300 million people created the highest standard of living, progress, economic, political, education, any standard you want to measure, the United States of America has been the greatest population of human beings in the history of the world. There have been civilizations, countries, and populations long before us that were the trademark of their day. I mean, they were standard bearers of their day. They can't compare to us. And they've been around thousands of years. Now, what was it? What is it? What is it that makes 300? Our DNA is no different than the Chi-Com DNA. Talking about in terms of humanity, our DNA is no different than any other human being anywhere on Earth or has ever been on Earth. Well, what is it about this 200, 300 million people that are created by far? There's no comparison. The greatest collection of human beings on the face of the earth for good.
You can't really deny it.
We feed the world. We relieve the world. We repair the world. We defend the world. We have liberated hundreds of millions of people who have lived in bondage and slavery.
Chat in the morning.
What is it about us? We're not born special in terms of our DNA. What is it? I ask people to think about this, and because I don't think this is part and parcel of what I call American exceptionalism. What is American exceptionalism? It's not that we're better people. It's not that we're smarter. It's not that we have an advantage because of our geography.
I would love to hear one more show, like right now, like tomorrow. Rush goes on and has one more show. I mean, who wouldn't? But has one more show just to hear his opinions on what's been going on in the country since he passed.
We clearly don't. So what is it that sets us apart? And there's one answer. And it's found in the Declaration of Independence. We are all endowed by our Creator. So we acknowledge God as a country. When we were founded, we acknowledge God. We were all created. We are all endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, undeniable. They're just there,
to the left,
and they come from the Creator. Among them, but not just, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. That's pretty simple to me. Those three things: the acknowledgement of our creation by God, a loving God, that our creation, that our spirit has this natural yearning to be free and to be happy. And that there's nothing wrong with either of those. There's nothing wrong with being created, nothing wrong with being happy or trying to be, and there's certainly nothing wrong with living.
Well, if you're some of the people on the left, you think there's probably a problem with us living. Seems to be the case lately.
It was that codification that made one crucial thing possible. And that is for ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary things. Not the smartest, not the brightest, not the well-born, not the richest. Ordinary. This is a nation that became the greatest nation in human history, however many hundreds of thousands, billions, whatever years you want to say we've been plodding the earth. Ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary things made possible by the fact that our country was founded acknowledging that our freedom comes from God.
How is American exceptionalism can also be described as American supremacy? I mean, no, try to turn everything into hate. Yeah, I guess you could say that America is a supreme country. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what he's saying there too, but not in the like. Just being colonized as much as the world. I can't believe I interrupted Rush to read that.
Not from a government, and not from some other man or some other woman. It does not come from a demagogue. It does not come from somebody promising to take care of us. It inspired people to produce, to take care of themselves and anybody else that needed it in their community via their church or whatever neighborhood organization they happen to belong to. And that's what's been lost. Too many people think that without government doing the right things, we can't succeed. And the government, when run by people like running it now, get in the way and make it impossible for ordinary people to do anything extraordinary.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, hang on. Don't do that. No, wait. No. I don't want that to play, whatever that is.
That's kind of where I'm at. Somebody said, find a better country, move there if you don't like it here. I've seen so many comments, and again, I don't know if they're real people or bots, but like, F the USA, F America. Yeah, then get out of here if you don't want to be here. Get out. Go somewhere else. If somewhere else is better, go somewhere else. I don't understand. Still, no matter all the stuff that's going on, sorry, I'm the mysterious voice in the background right now. All the stuff that's going on, I still would rather be here than anywhere else. I just don't stand outside of ICE protests and put myself in the way of the police. I don't know. I'm pretty safe as far as I know. America first. Yes. America first. They would still be miserable somewhere else. Isn't that the same? It is true. It's like, you're probably just a miserable person. Maybe look for the positive things. All this chaos going on can really just bring you down. Don't let it. Don't let it. That's why you have to laugh at the stupid baby videos that we know are clearly fake. If you think they're real, then maybe you have bigger problems.
Someone think they were real?
I don't know. Somebody said, is this real?
Oh, yeah. What we got going on over here?
We got some shh, woman, Big Sean. Oh, you don't like when women talk?
Oh,
is that what that is?
Misogynist.
Too bad.
He's a misogynist.
Too bad.
Freaking out, man.
Trump plays a different kind of chess. It's with you Democrats. He's winning the long game while I are losing badly. Why are the Democrats against ICE in this administration but back them on Obama's? Either deporter-in-chief. He was the deporter-in-chief. He actually earned that nickname, the deporter-in-chief. Big Sean. Beautiful beard, my friend. Wait. I get compliments from Big Sean, babe. You get yelled at. One race, the human race. What a great idea. That's a great idea. I like that. We should adopt that. That should be like we should always say that. We should always live by that. We are the human race after all. I don't really care about color and stuff like that. If people stopped and thought about things, we have more in common than we have differences. Yes. That's what they want us to forget, though. They want us to forget that we're more in common than we have apart. We all kind of want the same things. I mean, I don't know anyone who wants to live in a dangerous neighborhood and have high taxes. Do you? I don't. We all want the same things. And if America prospers, then we all benefit from it. If we continue to fight with each other, then we lose. It doesn't matter if one of us wins, we still both lose. We need to be an informed public so that we're not an idiotic public. Americans have been ignorant for far too long about what's going on in their country. A lot of that is to blame on the media because long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away, we could trust the media. Long time ago, we could trust the media as a watchdog on the government for the people. And now it's turned where they're more of a tool of the government, a lapdog of the government to influence the people so that they get the desired outcome that they want. I don't hate leftists. I don't hate liberals. I hate some of their ideas. That's okay. We're allowed to hate ideas. But if we hate the people, fellow Americans, then what do we get out of that? Besides more division. The only way to bring America down is to divide it. Man, I wish it was like September 12th sometimes, the way that the country united around each other. We were just all Americans at that point for a whole day. It was like for a whole day. We were all Americans before that stuff got back into the bloodstream again.
Personally, I feel like everything, excuse me, I personally feel like everything started to divide with that virus. I don't even know. Are we allowed to say it anymore? Back in the day, we would get banned for saying it.
Yes, you could say it.
They tried to. If you can't see it, I don't understand why you can't see it. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're one of the sheep that's just following everything that they say. But if you can't see the change that happened in our country from that virus, then that's half of the problem. It divided all of us. It made it obvious to just see who was for it and who was against it. Just because I didn't wear a mask, or I wore the mask but didn't make my kids wear the mask, or didn't wear the mask or did wear the mask, whatever, that mask helped people determine who was for it and who was against it. And it's just been a shit show ever since.
Almost like a Star of David, like they used to make the Jews wear in Germany, so everybody knew who was Jewish. They had that big gold star in their shirt, the armband they had to wear. Kind of the same thing. Who's going to follow? Who's going to lead? I choose lead. But we have to have people leading that are, worthy of the position, I suppose. Typically, people that want to lead aren't usually in it for the right reasons. But, whatever. Hey, babe.
Yep.
Am I going to be on in the morning?
I don't know, babe.
I got a feeling I will be.
Are you?
I'll be up anyway. So I'll be on tomorrow morning. Did you blast the chat with links, babe?
No.
What?
But I did a couple.
She enjoys the show so much that she doesn't even work on it anymore. She just enjoys it. I mean, I'd enjoy it too. I think I might enjoy it too. I'm gonna have to start watching replays. Here's something we haven't heard in a while. Good old Patriot Steve.
We will not stop this time. We will not stop. We will not stop.
We will not stop until we have our country back. We will not stop until we rescue our country from evil. We will not stop until we rescue our country from evil, corruption at the worst in our modern history. Stand up, America. Fight for your nation and your freedom.
Amen, Steve. Babe, say it. You haven't said it all. I've had to say it for you all week.
Smile at a stranger. Hold the door open. We're not enemies, y'all. We may not agree. We may not think the same, but we're not enemies.
Pray for your enemies. And like I said before, if I said that and you went, oh, I can't pray for this person. Pray for that person. Make yourself get down on them knees and pray for that person. Genuinely pray for that person, and you'll be doing yourself a favor. And you might be even more joyful after the fact. Bring yourself a little closer to God. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. That's only like 7 hours away. That's crazy. I get up too early all the time. I don't even need an alarm. I get up at like 4:30 in the morning without even having an alarm. I don't know if I'm bragging or it's more of a curse.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a curse.
She very adamantly believes it's a curse. God bless. Have a wonderful night. I will be back first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out, and we'll see you then. Yes, see you later.